Hello guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about the newer Spirit Halloween animatronic props because I kind of stopped doing them, or video where I talked about my opinions on them and what I might be buying and stuff. I'm going to do the newest to oldest, so starting off with Pennywise, the Spirit Halloween version. I like it. Um, a lot of people some people are saying the Jimmy one's better, or some people are saying the Spirit one's better, which the Spirit one, by the way, I'm pretty sure it's made by Crazy Create. It's the same mechanism as the Forest Demon from 2017. Um, so I'm sure it's the same company. Techie Toys has never made a mechanism like that, and Crazy Crate usually uses the same mechanisms, but that was one that was never used before. Anyways, um, to me, neither one of them are. I like them both equally. They have both. They both have different potential of use. The Gemmy one is more for collecting. Collect. It's more collectible. It's for Jimmy's always been more of a collecting based. With their older animatronics, they were more collectible. It would be used more for like an entrance of a haunt or something like that, or just in the yard in general. And then the spirit one would obviously be in a haunted house, or you hide it around a corner in your yard somewhere, and then when people turn a corner, it jumps up. Um, the spirit one has a moving mouth, just like Forest Demon. It doesn't move very much in the video, but each one varies. Each one's going to be different. Some are going to move a lot more, some are not. It's just like the Forest Demon. I remember Creative Cat Dalek's videos. The one that he showed in his video was terrible. Like the mouth barely moved at all and it jumped up very bad. Whereas the one we got at our store, the mouth, people have said that mine has the best moving mouth out of all of them and it jumps up the fastest. The problem with the Forest Demon is it was kind of faulty, but at the same time, not really. It was the wings. The wings put a lot of strain on it, so it made it a lot of them jumped up slow. Some of them jumped fast with the wings, like mine. Although I haven't used mine with the wings for quite a while because the wings on mine got ruined. The metal wires poking through the wings and it's all ruined and stuff. So I didn't use mine with the wings last year. Same with Lucas's. We didn't even get his together last year. I don't even know if his works still, but um but if you take the wings off, they do jump up fast regardless. So, because Lucas had another one and they returned it because it didn't jump up very well. But I took the wings off and then it jumped fast. So, Pennywise doesn't have any back weight, so he shouldn't have any issues with that. He should be fine and fast. I don't know if my Force Demon would still jump up fast um, with the wings on anymore. He might, but I'm not sure. But Pennywise, I'm hoping I can get both of them. I'd like to. I'm tight on money right now because there's things I was supposed to buy off John. All this new stuff coming out. I was trying to find some replacements and other things that I want, and it's just so much right now. I'm so low on money. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to figure out in my head where everything's gonna go. I kind of had a plan, but the more stuff kept getting released, and now I'm kind of struggling to figure out where everything will go. And Lucas wants to use all of his inflatables throughout the R2, and I'm just not sure how it's gonna work. I feel like it's gonna be too much, you know. I just feel like we're gonna run out of space, and I don't know. It'll hit me eventually, and everything will work out in the end. It always does. I'm just as long as the weather's nice. I hope we get double the amount of people as we did last year. So I still got to fix quite a few things. Like I have to try to still fix Gravedigger's arm. I took his glove off because it completely deteriorated. Look at that. Anyways, back on topic. Okay, another one is Abandoned Annie. I like her too, and she's only $100, so I'll probably end up getting her. Oh, and also depends. Lucas plans on getting some of them. He plans on getting Experimental Eddie, uh, Jack Straw. It's one that hasn't been released yet, but if you've seen the TV video that someone showed, it's basically exactly the same as Demonic Dahlia. It's just a scarecrow version, which he wants that one, and then he wants Sam. And if he gets those, that means I won't get those because we combine them together for our hunt. We combine our collections basically at this point. So it doesn't. If he gets those, I don't have to worry about buying those ones. Anyways, yeah, Abandoned Annie looks pretty cool. I like how the head and mouth opens. Um, the only thing is, it looks like it has that cheap, really cheap material that would just crack if you squish the face. Like just, the creepy rising doll has a very flimsy material on the face so that if you squished it, it would just instantly crack. Hopefully not. Even if it does, it's okay. You just got to be careful with it. Obviously, you're not going to throw it around or anything. um, but yeah, and it has mostly the same sayings as the grave grabbing doll from 2016. So it's kind of interesting. Plus one additional one that wasn't used on that, which is the one that's shown in the video. Okay, and then there's Rusty. I like Rusty. He's cool. He's another version of the Satan Scare props. I don't know if the sensor's in that candy bowl that's by his legs, where when you reach for the candy bowl, he lifts his chainsaw. The one thing is the chainsaw blade should have moved. That's the only thing that it. Maybe they tried that. I know that one's Techie Toys. I know it has to be Techie Toys. Actually, it is because Donovan texted Techie Toys and they said it was there, so it is Techie Toys. At first, Spirit made a typo saying that it pops up from his chair, but he doesn't pop up. They were talking about the arms. It was a typo, and they fixed it. I think he's cool. People on the Spirit Halloween's Facebook page saying, "Oh, I can tell this is gonna break. This is probably gonna be broken right out of the box." But to me, I don't really see that one being too faulty because if it is like the Sitting Scare props, those weren't really faulty at all. We've had a lot of them at our store, and in 2016, that was the only time we had a scarecrow that didn't work at all. It was returned. It was claimed to work a few times, and then it just quit. I tried batteries, I tried the adapter, I tried everything. Nothing, nothing. That was the only one. My Seating Clown's volume dial is kind of broken. Like I think there's like a loose wire or something because I have to press on it for it to work. It's getting kind of glitchy, so I don't know. And then of course our witch was broken, but that's because she fell from like 5 feet. Like she was, where the Lost Her Way was last year. There was the riser that was about 2.5 feet off the ground, and then there's a barrel on top of that was also another 2.5 feet. So she was almost 5 feet up, and then she fell off, and it broke. That's basically, and she could have been laying on the floor for about an hour or two because I wasn't there until my shift for my other job ended. So she could have been stepped on too. On top of that, so otherwise, the Sitting scare props really aren't that faulty. So I'm thinking Rusty shouldn't be too faulty. I like the head movement on him too. It's really nice. It is $200, which is $50 more than the Sitting Scare props, but then again, it also has the Sitting Scare props just pop up and that's it, and that was 150. And then Rusty has two animations. It's weird when something used to have an additional animation, it used to only go up $10, but now apparently if it has an additional animation, it goes up $50 because the 2011 Demonica, they added the mechanism so the head would tilt by a motor instead of a cable. It was $120 because it came with the adapter and because of that. The 2010 Demonica did not come with an adapter and it didn't have a mechanism in the neck. So, it was $20. The remake was $20 more because of that. But now if they do additional mechanisms, apparently that costs $50 more. I don't know. It's weird. Things have changed a lot within the few years. And then the Howler was $130. It was $10 more because they gave it a moving mouth. So I don't know. Anyways, yeah, and then there's Crouchy. Him, I wouldn't pay. I don't know. He would be a way later purchase. He's $300. He's cool. I know I guess apparently he's taller than Towering Clown because he's 7 feet. I'm not sure. He looks cool, but it's just his soundtrack is a little odd. Because it laughs, but the one you see in the video, they changed its laughing. You know how Pumpkin Patch Prowler, they changed his audio last year? They did the same thing with Crouchy. He doesn't laugh the same as the video. Actually, I kind of like the one in the video a little more, but he doesn't have background music. He just laughs, which is kind of weird. And then there's Waving Wally, which I might consider getting. I'm not sure. It would look good in the entrance of our hunt, like in front of that clown inflatable we had last year. It could just wave. But then again, we usually put our fortune tellers there, and last year we had Towering Clown there too. So again, I'm not sure what all we're gonna do to set up this year. We were having planned to have a this side of the yard on the front. I wanted licensed characters, but I'm sure I'll have my Jason that I bought from Bailey by then. I'll have the Michael from Spirit last year, my fried ghost face that does nothing. I'm trying to get a new Exorcist because I want one that fully works for this year. I'm supposed to get John Dark Shadows reviews, possessed wall hanger because I'm not using mine for the hunt this year. It's so crappy, it's terrible. I fixed the head turning, but it's not in good condition. The mask keeps slipping off, and I don't know. It's just again, it's not in good condition. I would like to find Captain Spaulding. There was one on Facebook. Someone was selling one on Facebook, but they never responded. I'm guessing it's sold. But then, of course, the two Pennywise. I'm hoping I can get both. I won't be able to, get any of the older Jimmy ones because they're too much. I can't spend the amount that people want for them. I should have a new arm for my Jimmy H2O Michael Myers by then because John's given me the arm from his Freddy, 2010 Freddy, because it's completely fried. It does nothing, but the mechanism is good. So he's trading that as well. So that should be working by then, hopefully. Oh yeah, and then Party City has the pop-up Pennywise, the one that pops up from the well. I kind of want that. There was also Lonely Laura, was it? The one that sits on the tombstone. It's a ghost girl. It's a techie. She's cool. I don't know. It's hard. We don't have a Party City or Home Depot here. And those two places always get really good stuff. So we might have to take a 3-hour trip to Fargo one day and see if we can. But then again, I might not have the money for that. So I don't know. I am not too focused on getting things from Big Lots, Target, and stuff like that this year. So, because I want to be able to afford the good stuff. Spirit Halloween has 2 new door knockers for this year. I'm ignoring the small stuff until I get the big stuff figured out because I'm just not sure. I need more of the wireless remote controls, and of course gonna have to buy lots of batteries and candy and glow sticks for our display later on, like last year, so that when people come, we have something to give. See. Oh yeah, and Sam. I know I talked about we're gonna have Sam for sure. The only problem is I don't know which head I want to use, the sack head or the pumpkin head. Um, I made a joke like, oh, I guess I need to buy 2 of them so I can use one with the sack head and one with the pumpkin head. But I wouldn't do that because it's just too much to buy 2. Hopefully they fix that issue because it's from the same company that made Michael last year, and not all of them have this issue, but half of them had the issue where the arm movement would start smoking and the Michael would fry. So hopefully they fix that. They have to because they can't mess around with that and just leave that an issue. So hopefully Sam doesn't have those issues that the Michael had last year. And the motor constantly died for the body turning too because the one in Fargo, the body didn't turn. The one that the people returned that the arm did smoke on, the body did turn, but then it died. And then I swapped the piece out with Looming Strawman because it broke, and then it broke again. And then we set up another Michael, and then that one eventually died too. We had a total of 4 Michaels set up at our store. The very first one, and then the first 2 sold. Then we got another truck in, so I set up another one. And then someone bought, because we usually got 2 every time a truck came in. So we sold the first 2, and then we didn't have any more displays. And then we got a truck with 2 more. I set the second display up. Someone bought the other one that was still in the box, which is the one that started smoking, so they exchanged it for our store display. And then we got a box of like 3 or 4 more. And then we set up another one. And then I bought one. So, yeah. I'm trying to think I think I kind of... Oh, yeah. The Collector. He's basically a Reaper version of Nightmare Harvester. I think he's probably going to be just about as tall as Nightmare Harvester, and his face will probably be close to as big. I'm not sure if I'm going to get him. That's one I have to see in person, because I'm not sure judging him by the video. He's just one that you can't tell from a video how cool he'll be in person or not, So I don't know about him just yet. Um, um, oh yeah, demonic Dahlia. She's for sure one I'm getting. If and Jack Straw, like I said, he's a scarecrow version of her, which that'll probably be the next sneak peek that's up. Oh yeah, and then there's the graveyard ghoul, which is cool. It's a constant motion one. I've never been a big fan of constant motion ones, but I don't know. I saw a video of the store that's already open, and it looked like the waving Wally. It says it's constant motion, but it didn't start waving until it hit the step pad. So maybe it stays hidden. I don't know. It's cool though, regardless. Actually, most people on Spear's Facebook page bitch about how the quality is so low and how this stuff gets worse every year. But that one, people are like, "Oh yeah, this is the best one so far." So kind of weird, but. And then, oh yeah, the Blood Brothers. They're cool. You know, for zombies, I'm looking for a new 2011 Demonica, a Deadlift zombie. You know, a lot of the life size, the Jimmy life size zombie from Lowe's in 2017. Because I don't have too many zombies, life size ones. I have the flesh eating one, Twilight Twitcher, and then Lurching Zombie, which the audio fried on it last year. So I was kind of looking for more zombie life size. But the thing that disappoints me is that it's online only, and I don't like ordering stuff online. And I was originally planning on ordering the 2017 Limb Ripper and the 2018 Deadly Roots this year, but with all the new stuff that's out, I don't think I'm going to get to those this year. I don't think I'll be able to. Same with the new Deadwood. I was going to get a replacement and just say fuck it to my one that keeps breaking, but I don't think I can afford that. So I'm just going to have to keep trying to fix it. I might order some slower speed motors that it's supposed to have, and maybe it'll work. I'll give it a few more shots, but if I still can't get it to work, then I'm gonna give up on it. And it'll just have to be kind of static in our hunt if I even decide to use it. If it's really that bad, then I don't know. Anyways, so yeah. The good thing about when I work at Spirit is I get 30% off on each thing I buy, so that helps a lot. I don't even know what our store has left from last year because I wasn't there. I was My last day working last year was the first day of the 50% off sale, and there was still one Sally left, but there was a second day of the 50, so she probably sold. But if there was Sally left, I'd get her. Well, then again, the assistant store manager got the store display Sally, that the one that I fixed the eyes on, so that they didn't close all the way. But and then she has the 2018 Jack. I have the 2017 one, and she has the twins too, the double trouble. The one that was really busted. She said she glued them back together and they work. And maybe she'll let me borrow them for our display. Because she said she was gonna let us borrow the twins, but she never got them to us last year. So maybe if she lets us borrow them, then I won't buy Sally if I can borrow it. So I think I went over most of what they have. My Spirit Halloween did put their sign up yesterday, which was Monday. They were unloading their fixtures, meaning the shelving. And this weekend, I'm probably going to be working there. If the truck comes in, it's going to be in for sure on Monday, and we're going to start setting up. Opening date for our store would probably be around the August 20th, I would assume. And don't even say that's late because it's not late. There shouldn't even be stores open before flagship opens. Like that one store that opened before everything was, because they didn't even finish sneak peeks in a store already opened. I don't think that's a good idea. And then Spirit gets mad when things get leaked, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. That was kind of a mess because that kind of spoiled what was left. I mean, I know I made the decision to click on the video, but it's just like it's hard not to. Yeah, they're just, I don't know. And why open when you don't have everything? The good thing of when you open later is you have a lot. You have most of your stuff. Like last year, we couldn't even start setting up until September. We didn't open until like September 16th last year. That was late. And we still had a large quantity of stuff. We got a large quantity of animatronics. Other stores didn't get other stores that opened really early didn't get as much quantity, which was weird. So I hope we get a large quantity this year. It's going to be in the same store as last year, our Herberger store. I hope that they space stuff out a little more this year, because last year the Acres Farm was very close to the checkout counter. It was like not even a foot. You had to squeeze by it. It wasn't a very good spot for it. They follow. There's a manual. There's a setup manual, and you're supposed to set it up exactly how the manual shows. And we do our best to do so, especially since we have a big store. We can. And I'm guessing they spaced out as much as the manual shows, but just there was something not right. That store, see, we had more back room than we did a store. Like, okay, 2016 and 2017, we had a big store, but our back room wasn't that big. We had less store space last year, and we had a huge store. We could have made the store so much bigger. I don't know. I hope they space everything out a little more this year, because I mean the manual shows how many shelving you need and how many feet they need to be apart from each other, and I'm pretty sure they did that. It's just I don't know why it didn't turn out right. It's just weird. I didn't really like how everything was that close. It took away some of the theme being built too. So, and this year's theme is very wide, so they better make sure they get it wide enough. Because I want my full themes up. I do not want to go to another year like 2014 and 2015 where we just have to throw everything around the store. Those years were terrible. Like 2014 was the worst year for quality, but it was the best year. They had the best. I mean, and it just that was our smallest store. I showed you how small that store was once before. It was terrible. It I I would have enjoyed that year so much, and we probably maybe not as much stuff would have broke if we had a bigger store that year, because when you have a small store, people bump into things. Things get touched easier because it's just so close. When you have a big store, everything's spaced out. People don't touch as much. So I don't know. That 2015 wasn't much bigger, but we could, like 2014, we still set up all the animatronics. Like we had very little of the ISEs set up, but we had all the animatronics up. 2015 we couldn't do that because it was said that if